Hello and welcome to Hey, I loved this thing I just watched and I really want to talk about it. I'm Dan,
I'm Michael.
I'm Helena.
and for this Christmas bonus episode, we watched Anna and the Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Jingle bells, jingle
No,
bells.
it has music. It's a musical.
Oh shit, yeah.
It's a Christmas zombie musical, and that's all you have to know about this movie.
You don't even have to know it's a musical. The music just starts.
Yeah.
I did periodically forget it was a musical.
That's what you want.
So, Mikey, why did we
Yeah.
watch this?
Because I love it. So someone at work, someone I knew once said that they worked on this film. They didn't work on this film, they worked on the short film it was based on. And I'd like at the time it was like, okay, cool, that sounds cool. And then I watched the trailer and I was like, this seems like a film I will enjoy. So I watched it and I was like, okay, this might be my new favorite film.
So tell the listeners what this film is about and what it is.
So Anna and the Apocalypse is a comedy, a very cheaply made like British B movie comedy, musical about zombies at Christmas.
Set.
It keeps going,
I was going to say I was worried you weren't going to make it to the end there.
but that's what makes it good. So the backstory to how this film got made, and I think it makes the film a bit different. So this film is based on a musical, short zombie film called Zombie Musical, which someone made because they were like, by the way it was explained, they watched High School Musical and they went, wouldn't this be better with zombies in it? To be fair, yes, is the answer to the
Definitely.
question.
Definitely.
1000% yes. So he made, I've forgotten his name.
Zac Efron?
McHenry, I think his name is. Ryan McHenry. Made the short film. It did really well. They got it to be made into a big, this film. I was going to say Hollywood. This film is not Hollywood.
No, this is Scotland at best.
So it's very Scotland. So what happened, and this actually gets kind of sad, he got really famous online, the guy that the original writer for this film, by making the Ryan Gosling isn't eating his cereal videos.
Yeah.
It's that dude. Sadly, he before they could make this film, he passed away, and it kind of meant that they made this film in his honor.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, let's make this film, and it does, like, it has that energy of like it's just fun. This film is feral and it looked really fun to make.
Yeah, definitely. And oh my god, like the cheapest sets.
It's
Yeah.
so cheap. So this film is set in, I'm not sure where it's set because it's filmed in Scotland, but most of the actors aren't Scottish. It's got like London vibes, but not quite great.
Yeah, it's generic suburby, not a big place, not a small place.
Yeah. So it was filmed in Scotland. The guy actor, the main lead that's actually Scottish, he was brought in like a week before they started filming. They cast him, which shows you how like rapidly this film was done. And I think that adds to its charm.
He's pretty good in this film.
He's good. He's like an actual actor. Very few people in this film went on to do other stuff, and like, yeah, that's kind of what you get when you watch British B movie stuff. Like, none of the actors are good. They just don't go on to do anything.
And then Mark Benton as the dad.
Yeah, great, perfect. This film has like full. I don't recognize this actor. I don't know who this actor is, but I know him from something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what you know him from is the Nationwide advert.
Yep.
Yep. The other one that I was like, I know that guy is the guy that plays the headmaster. He was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he was in Game of Thrones. So the story to this film, because there isn't a lot of it.
It's not going to take long.
No,
we might even get to the end of the plot.
It is the lead character Anna is essentially just going about her life at Christmas. She wants to travel the world.
Having a gap year to Australia.
Yeah, they're like finishing school. She's like, she wants to go to Australia. Her dad's like, no, you're not allowed. Scottish guy is just awkward as fuck because he announces that she's going on holiday and he doesn't, that she's having a gap year. She doesn't want to tell her dad, which is weird. Yeah, and the opening is just that. It is just them dealing with. There's a musical happening at school. There's like a variety show.
Yeah, like end of year show or end of term show.
Yeah, there's a blonde girl in it. I can't remember her character's name, but as an actor, she was also the choreographer and like worked on all the dance sequences and everything.
Oh, cool.
Very small film.
She just reminded me of Kate McKinnon in the Ghostbusters movie.
She did like a lot of stuff on set
Yeah.
because they had a very small crew. She's got like, her backstory is her parents kind of abandoned her in England.
She's American.
Yeah, she's American. Her parents abandoned her, moved to France. Her girlfriend doesn't talk to her. She wants to write something about homeless people, but the deputy head teacher at the time won't let her. He's awful. The deputy. Can we talk about the deputy?
He's just a
head?
massive
Yeah,
cunt.
he has no redeeming qualities
No,
at all.
he's
He's just evil, and then he's
terrible
evil
person.
and insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he loses it at the end. And then there's the variety show, and then zombies happen, and then that's pretty much the rest of the film.
So
Is-
yeah, there's like the end of term show.
Brilliant, by the way.
Yeah.
Like the end of term, like it has such
So,
cool energy.
Yeah, you see him doing the practice stuff because there's the other characters. There's the girl who's in the show who's the partner of the kid that goes around filming loads of stuff.
Yep.
There's Chekhov's magic star, which
Yep.
is in the show. You get the my favorite rhyme in any of the songs in Hollywood Ending is when, because he's Scottish, it's "This is nae Disney."
This is Disney. It's the best line in the entire film, and I'm glad they got him to do it because he's Scottish.
Considering how low budget this is, there are a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Like there are actual Disney movies that have less songs in.
Yeah, well, again, the people that made the songs had never done a musical before,
No.
and it took them like a week. They put all this together in like a week.
Like-
I'm also a big fan of how badly it's recorded. Like, it's so like haphazardly put together. I love it.
It just
Yeah, a lot of the
yeah.
like the framing and of the shots and stuff like that as well is just kind of abjectly not great.
Yeah, it's B movie shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
it's like, oh, okay, I guess we're looking at this angle of the room.
my
That's fine.
my favorite sequence in the whole movie is when she wakes up the next morning after the apocalypse has all happened, and she just has her headphones in, like walking to school singing.
Oh, you should
and
they do the long shot.
yeah, and in
Yeah.
the background, everything's just going insane, and people
I
being
think-
like murdered by zombies and shit.
I think that scene is the short film.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the short film. I love Hollywood Ending. I don't know why, but it has such a good vibe to it because it's like the second song in the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The songs, by the way, come out of nowhere.
Oh
There is
yeah,
no-
no, they don't. It's like, is it in High School Musical as well, where like everyone joins in and then goes about their business as if it didn't happen?
Yeah, but in High School Musical, there's a bit of a warning that there might be songs. The songs when the first song happened, there is no frame of reference that this was a musical.
If you'd not mentioned that it was a musical, I wouldn't have expected the songs, and I might have been like, okay, that was weird. Why are they not acknowledging it?
Hands down, the best way to watch the films without knowing it's a musical.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
No,
sorry,
no.
sorry, folks.
There are either zombies or if you haven't seen this film, go and watch it. It is a good time. It's not
It's-
great. It's a good time.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and like, I mean, it was abjectly like not a well produced film, but it was like there's a lot of heart in it. There's
Charming as fuck. Like,
there's a
in that-
lot of fake blood.
a lot
Oh,
of
some of the zombie
Um,
kills are insane. Like when he just
There's,
smashes
like, no-
2 bowling balls on their head,
Mhm.
and it's like
The weird one where they're like, for no reason, one of the like not very nice bullies tries to like attack a zombie with melons.
with watermelons. Yeah.
That's got a strange vibe.
That
to
made
it.
me feel like they had another prop. That prop broke. They found
Yeah.
2 watermelons. We're like, right, we have to redo
Yeah.
the scene. You've got these. Make it work.
Yeah, and that's during one of the weirdest songs in the film.
Yeah.
It hits. What I love about this film is it hits all of the right beats in
Yeah.
terms of like how to make a musical. You have like a slow opening song. You then have like the big meaningful group song.
Yeah, where everyone decides to get on the program.
Yeah, and everyone's singing about the same thing, and it's all about how. Again, this film is great because it's a song about how the world doesn't have a Hollywood ending, and then the ending is just sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that they were like, this film's not gonna. They made a whole song about how this film isn't gonna have like a good happy ending.
That was one thing that I was like, it's a zombie film and it's a end of the world. I kind of wasn't expecting, and spoilers for the ending, almost everyone to die.
You right?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like you kind of expect the core crew to survive,
Right? You
but
expect...
only less than half of them do.
yeah, like
three of them survive.
three of
Yeah.
them survive.
Yeah.
And I really wasn't expecting the Scottish guy to actually,
He like the first one to
Die.
go. As
Yeah,
well.
he's the first big death in it. Yeah.
yeah. And it's pretty brutal as well. Like, so what happens is he's like, they've just finished singing.
They're trying. They've quickly
They-
escaped through the
Yeah.
Christmas
And he
tree
he puts his
area.
arms out really wide, doesn't he?
because
And he,
he's proving that he knows the names of all the reindeer.
oh yeah,
Because that's one thing they
It's
kept.
really
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then just a zombie just grabs his arm and bites into it, and then it's like, oh no.
and then he
So-
like sacrifices himself, but he he lets them like the zombies like feast on him.
Yeah. So
Again,
they can go
brutal scene because
Yeah.
he screams. Like
Yeah.
they're eating him alive. Like they don't hide away from the fact that, you know,
Yeah.
this guy is dying.
And so the premise of this film to set up like what is actually the arc and where the journey is. The main character Anna and the Scottish guy, and I think his name's John, don't go to the school because the school's having the production.
They've got work. They're
Yeah.
both working at the.
Well,
The
no,
bowling alley,
She's working. He just wants to be there because she's there.
because he's
Oh,
in love
really?
with her.
Yeah,
I thought
don't
he had a
think-
job there as well because he said that that's not his job to like. It was his job to like look
don't-
up.
I
I thought he
maybe.
worked there as well.
Maybe. But they're working in somewhere completely different, and the zombie apocalypse happens at night whilst they're at home. So their family and most of the people are trapped in the school. They have to get to the school.
Yeah, people are
That's-
trapped at the school because it happened while they're like finishing up from the.
Yeah, and on the way they find the student that is filming everything and the blonde girl.
And then a bit later on, they
American.
find the bully kids who are just like enjoying killing stuff. And straight away, I knew it was going to turn out that he had to kill his dad.
Yeah,
But it takes a long time for that to then pay off.
Yeah, he doesn't
like-
confess. He's like a real lads guy, like no emotions apart from
Yeah.
anger.
Yeah.
It's not an emotion. And he's slept with Anna previously.
They
so
were.
they have
I
like a
think
history.
I think they were dating,
Yeah.
and she
And then
still likes him or something. Yeah.
But he's a real prick.
Yeah.
This film takes swings at emotional beats that it has no right taking swings
Yeah.
at, and I kind of like I'm there for it. They have like so the film guy, his girlfriend and his nan is stuck in the school. His
Yeah.
nan, by the way, who is dying.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
just
she like
has
needs
a
her
attack.
heart
Yeah.
medication. She has a heart attack and dies. Like she doesn't get
Yeah.
zombied.
Yeah, she doesn't get zombie bit, but there's like the whole setup is of like the whole worry about the school scene isn't just the zombies. It's like this woman is going to die if they don't get out.
Yeah.
And the head teacher doesn't care. And again, it takes a swing at that because when he turns up at the school, his nan is dead, and it's
Yeah.
like
Not even dying, dead.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing he can do at that point. She's gone.
yeah,
The only thing he can say is like, well, at least she won't turn
Yeah.
yeah.
because it was a natural. Yeah.
They take us. I don't know if they hit it right, but they hit it a bit. And
They also have like there's a real teenager scene because obviously it's easy to forget that these are teenagers
yeah,
sometimes because obviously it's quite a mature plot, zombie apocalypse. But the bit at the start, the blonde girl's basically upset about her parents abandoning her for Christmas, and all Anna can do is sort of complain about her own problems, and then it just becomes this sort of they get pissed off at each other and take lunges at each other, and then the blonde girl kind of goes too far and sort of says something about like her mum being dead, which is obviously a sort of sore spot.
I don't think she goes too far. I think she matches. I think Anna
Yeah.
is a dick.
Yeah,
I think
Anna's pretty. She's pretty horrible. Like she's playing along. She strings along that poor guy that loves her. She likes
Yeah.
the bad boy, but not is mad at him, but not like actually in any position to like resolve it. She's a 17-year-old girl.
Yeah, she's very realistically.
Yeah,
Like
they're
17-year-old
all
girl,
obviously
kind of-
teenagers.
Yeah,
Like
they don't have a clue what they're doing.
they have the great idea of just using an upside down inflatable ball pit to like
Brilliant
try and
idea,
get.
by the
It
way.
is great, yeah.
But yeah, no, she's just like she has insane flaws.
Yeah.
And that argument between her and the American girl it's set because the American girl is like, I've been abandoned, blah blah blah, and she goes, I wouldn't mind having my dad
Yeah.
10,000 miles away from me.
Yeah,
That's
no,
such a
it's so
horrible thing
selfish.
to
It's so
say.
like
Yeah.
it's so heartless.
And then it's like when the American girl says like, well, you don't have to worry about your mum anymore, and it's like that's harsh to say, but it's no worse. I don't think it's any
Yeah, it's
worse.
no worse.
than-
It's so they both invalidate each other's feelings, but she
Yeah.
does it. Anna does it first.
yeah, and it's
And like so unnecessarily. Like clearly all she wants is a pat on the back and maybe like an invite for Christmas dinner.
yeah, it's so because also her girlfriend isn't calling her back. It's awful. It's
And
such a-
Anna's so wrapped up in her own little world because she's having that fight with her dad and
yeah,
because her dad her dad doesn't want her to go traveling. He wants her to go to uni and get started on life, which is a pretty standard dad approach or
And
parent
then-
approach, isn't it?
they just sung about how it's not going to be a Hollywood ending, and
Yeah.
Hollywood ending is such a good song.
It is. There's the one song that I don't find necessary in this song, which is the technology bad ol' no song. Like,
I don't think that's the point of that song.
it's very hard to get the vibe of whatever that song is meant to be about. Like,
I think that song is more about because they're in the bowling alley and they haven't actually like talked to each other, all the people that they want to talk to.
Mm.
they can only like talk to them through
Yeah.
messaging.
And then all the power in that goes out, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think that song is meant to be, I'd rather like actually talk to someone face to face.
Yeah.
That is much better. I'd like to actually talk to a person. Again, it feels like it's a song that's there to like bridge a gap.
Really rubs it in COVID times as well.
Yeah, no, I watched this film first before COVID, and then I watched it after, and I was like, that song. Like when I first watched the film, I was like, that song feels like a gap bridge.
Yeah.
Then when I watched it recently, I was like, actually, that song hits.
Yeah, it's aged well, that one. I do like talking to people face to face more. I miss it.
Because it feels really undeserved in the film because they only haven't talked to each other for like 2 days
Yeah.
or a day.
And like, what are we coming up to? Just under 2 years now?
Yeah, which under that like circumstances, yeah, these people are like, yeah, they have to deal with their family maybe being dead.
Yeah.
But that isn't really portrayed in that song. But no, after like 2 years of not talking to people face to face.
It's difficult to have like a genuinely sad, upbeat musical song about your friends being dead.
Yeah.
And not seeing your family again. Like maybe a ballad, but I mean, who's there for that?
No, it's meant to be fun.
And it is really fun. The fishing rod with a bit of meat in the Soldier at War
so good
song. That's the song with like where the bullies are all sort of celebrating the fact that they get to go around killing.
Yeah, terrifying. Like red flags.
Yeah. Oh yeah, very worrying. But also, it's a mask. They're all masking the fact that they're terrified.
Yeah.
And sad and mourning and grieving. But yeah, what a way to do it. Like, yeah, basically he has a fishing rod with some meat on the end and he's using it to like bait a zombie. Some of the special effects. One of my favorites was the lollipop man just eating a baby in the middle of the road.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was good.
The bowling scene fight is also solid.
Yeah, the bowling is great.
Pretty great kills in that.
Yeah, there's some good like heads getting smushed.
Yeah. The head coming back down the ball return thing is a great bit.
Really
yeah, oh I love that bit actually. That really
brilliant bit. Something I really appreciate between like the male characters and the female characters is when they're in the bowling alley because they're hiding there for a day because the military are meant to turn up to save them. The military all get turned into zombies in one night. It's funny.
Yeah.
When they're in there, the two boys are talking about they're in like a ball pit talking about which celebrities they think have survived.
Yeah. My favorite bit is, what do you think about Taylor Swift? And she's like, Tay-Tay's fine. She's fine.
Why would you say that? Because it's like they start off by like, oh, do you reckon Johnny Depp's fine? It's like Johnny Depp's fine, or
Ryan Gosling, I think, is the other one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Ryan Gosling definitely mentioned, which is a solid like little thing they added.
Yeah.
But it's the guy that plays Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. would be fine. He has infinite money. And then they're talking about that, and then they mention Taylor Swift, and he's like, Tay-Tay's fine.
But yeah, I love that the boys are having that conversation in the ball pit while the girls are like trying to brainstorm like ideas and how to like safety and what they need to do.
Yeah.
The girls are like, what do you think about? Do you reckon France is okay? Do you reckon Paris is okay? And she's like, no, the French can live through anything. And I just like that the guys are having this like very surface level conversation, and it's the girls that are saying like, how do you reckon the countries are doing?
Yeah.
I appreciate that because normally it's the other way around.
Yeah, but I mean, do you get more idiotic than 17-year-old boys?
No, not at all. No, it's very
not.
accurate.
It's closely followed by 17-year-old girls, but
it's very accurate.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine teenage boys doing that. I just love that. I like how the characters interact with each other.
Yeah, they feel like they're genuinely like school friends.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And I mean, to be honest, with the production of this, who knows? They might have been. It does feel like just like a school musical, like an end of term musical that they've just given a bit more of a budget. God, there we go.
I'd be blown away if like a school could do that. Like if a school like came up with this and managed to pull this off, because like
but it's got that kind of vibe. Like
it's got the energy of an end of year production where the teacher's given the students too much power.
Yeah.
Like, it's got that sort of wild feral energy, and I love that about this film.
Yeah, and I love that. Like, do you think we've gone a bit far with the headmaster? Nah.
Oh no, I loved how like utterly insane the headmaster.
Yeah, he doesn't have like any sort of, his arc isn't an arc, it's just a line going up.
Yeah.
Well, his arc is a downward spiral.
Yeah,
well,
because he's always wanted to be the headmaster, and he was about to be because the old one's literally retiring, like,
Yeah.
on that day. And so as soon as he's actually about to get that grasp at power and the world ends, he's just like, no, I need to be in charge. Like,
Yeah.
But then, I mean, that's one thing. One thing wanting to be in charge is another, like, setting zombies on innocent
yeah, he
people.
then goes very insane because they want to try and escape because they're like, look, the army's not coming. We can tell. We need to try and do something else. And he's just like,
need
Oh,
to
remember they were saying, "Oh, do you think the army's coming?" They look out the window and it's just like
Yeah.
zombies in
yeah.
army gear, like lolling around the place. Like, I don't think the
Yeah,
army's going
because
to be
the other
helping us."
the bully guy as well, Nick. He's like, yeah, his dad was an army officer, and he turned and he was like, yeah, he got bit, and he looked at me and gave me a baseball bat and said, "You should make me proud for once in your life." And it's like, wow, he probably deserved to die.
This film's fun.
Yeah, no, that was a real like oof
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
Also, like, solid thing at the end that I thought was really good. Because you find out Anna's dad got bit at the last second, and he's like, "Go!" They're about to leave, and the bully guy comes in, and Anna asks, "Oh, should I finish it then?" to the dad, and he just shouts no.
Yeah.
He's like, "Don't do that," and you're like, "Oh,
yeah, he's actually genuinely protecting her.
yeah." Like that
Then-
was such a that would happen in like a serious high budget film and have the same impact. And that
No, it was really powerful. Like that guy, honestly, bully guy has the biggest arc from like being a total knob to having to kill his own father to saving his girlfriend from
and
the same trauma that
it's
he's gone
all-
through.
it's all understandable as well.
yeah,
Because like a 17-year-old boy that was a little bit less mature might have thought, well, if she does it, then we'll understand each other better.
Yeah, he's
We'll
like,
have that in
"No."
common. But
Yeah,
it was so
exactly.
horrific that he doesn't want that for her.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
the other one that survives is the American girl because she has to try and get the keys for the car, but it's in a room full of zombies, and so the kid that films everything and the other girl are like they're trying to distract the zombies by putting the telly on.
You missed the important bit.
Oh yeah, where
alerts
she picks
them.
up a vibrator.
She alerts them because she finds a vibrator.
Yeah, because
Yeah, in the
her-
not lost and found, like the confiscated bucket.
Yeah.
yeah.
She's like, there's a lot of things happening in that school.
Because the kid that was filming everything, because his camera gets smashed at one point as well, doesn't it?
It's just his phone.
Yeah, his phone.
No, I
yeah.
don't think his phone. I don't
Yeah.
think his phone ever gets smashed.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
that's
he
what they-
almost
He plugs
leaves
it in at the
behind.
end.
Yeah, because he
He
plugs
almost
it in.
leaves.
and
He
all
almost leaves it behind at the Christmas tree
Yeah.
warehouse.
Yeah, because you get the feeling
Again,
who's
my
gonna get
favorite
bit.
low budget set.
Brilliant.
It's
'Cause-
coming up to Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is there a warehouse somewhere full of Christmas trees? Probably.
we'll make it dark.
make it dark,
I-
and somehow that's a cut through.
Yeah, it also feels when he drops his phone that he's going to be the one that gets bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he doesn't. But then at the end, him and his girlfriend both do get
Yeah,
get
they
bit.
both die.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both get bit, which is awful. It's so sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really crushing because at that point they're really damn close. Like she's got
Yeah.
the keys, they're about to make their way, and they just don't make it, and it's
Yeah.
unnecessary.
Yeah,
It's realistic,
It's
but it's
realistic, but
well as
so
realistic as a
unnecessary.
zombie musical Christmas film can be.
Yeah.
But it is like it is still like you thought you'd. I think basically I'd assumed that the first death was the
That was
one
it.
that was
Yeah,
it,
no.
Yeah.
and then then just side characters, and then it's like no boof those two boof
they die.
dad.
Yep.
yeah.
Right.
The only survivors are Anna, Nick, and the American girl,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's
And
like
they might as well have stayed in the
Yeah.
bowling alley. That's obviously one of those tragic things that's quite common in
Yeah.
really good films and really good stories is
Yeah.
where actually the actions that they take end up making them far worse off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? This film has no right taking like the swings that it does, and it has even less right that it hits some of them right.
Yeah, no, that's
It-
the thing. Like this could have been this could have been Jack Frost. He's Killing and Chilling,
And it's
and it
not.
isn't. It's actually got some like poetic value.
Yeah, like if this had a bigger budget and I imagine more time to make it, this could have been a really big, great film.
yeah, definitely.
But I also think like the charm that this film has, and it is one of the most like charming films I've ever seen, is how cheap it is.
Oh yeah, I
definitely.
absolutely love that it's set in like a dodgy
School.
a bowling alley. She's walking down an estate. She's
Yeah.
like they're going through like a shitty supermarket sort of area.
It's
Um,
obviously not filmed on like the highest end camera.
Yeah, the boys are like looting.
Yeah. It's
Oh, we haven't
great.
mentioned her candy cane stabby.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, she gets
yeah,
the
the
sharp
head
candy.
thing.
Yeah.
It's like a garden ornament, but it's obviously it's pointed to go in the grass, but it also goes through a lot of zombies.
Yep.
Yeah. There's also the scene that very quickly glossed over when they first introduce the idea that this film is a zombie. Because again, this film, much like it being a musical, it being zombies is never mentioned.
Yeah, are you about to say the
Until-
snowman guy?
No, so there's a girl in the school at the very beginning. There's a girl yawning.
Oh yeah.
That is set up as like a zombie noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the first zombie is like Anna walks past it when she's on the way home. Like but well, the
And
first
there's also like mentions of kids being sick and dropping
Yeah.
out of school, and like
Yeah.
they're down to they're like downloads of people in the
The very
Christmas show.
the
Yeah.
very beginning, it has it on the radio. It does
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
on the radio thing, and just as the announcers about the presenters about to say, "The dead are coming back to life and eating people," they turn it off.
Yeah.
So they've got to school. You turn the radio
Yeah.
off when you turn off the car ignition.
Yeah.
Exactly, because the first zombie that they find is the when they get to the graveyard. I've just realised that this is a very odd mix. But they get to the graveyard and there's a zombie in a snowman outfit, and they kill it by leading it to a seesaw and whacking its head off. But I'm wondering why there was a playground in a graveyard now.
Well, it's generic kind of grass, open space. You've got
Yeah.
a bit of graveyard. You've got a bit of play area. You've got a path.
Yeah.
They're singing and dancing towards each other.
Yeah.
And I also like that the first jump is it's a zombie. I think the guy says it's a zombie. She's like, it can't be.
Yeah.
And then they kill it.
Yeah, no,
They
she's
literally
in denial
explode
for
its
like
head
quite
off.
a while.
Yeah.
Like they do make a thing of like Anna being like, "Oh yeah, Anna," like she doesn't believe it's real.
She's like, it can't be a zombie. We just killed a guy.
And they do have that nod to like when she's saying because the couple that are separated, the singer and the photographer,
Yeah.
she's like, he's seen loads of zombie films, he'll be fine.
Yeah. It's so, their relationship is so sweet because
Yeah.
it's so genuine.
Yeah, but it is young love, isn't it?
Yeah. They're just so happy to be around each other. And you can tell that because in Hollywood Ending they have a verse themselves.
Yep.
Hmm.
Because they die together and then they're zombies together.
Yeah.
Which is sweet. And like the one thing that I noticed in this is for all the like zombies in it, there's not really many like full on horror sort of scenes. There's the bit where the thing's like banging on the door outside. The only jump scare in the film is right at the fucking end.
Yeah.
When like the
Oh,
car
yeah.
drives past and like a Merry Christmas sign like falls past, and as it goes by there's just a zombie Santa that's like "Rawr!"
Brilliant. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's the
brilliant.
only proper jump scare. There's like the
Yeah.
toilet scene, but you kind of know she's going to be in there. Like
Yeah,
the
it's like just tense.
Oh yeah, we
build-up.
forgot the bit where he's like they're throwing bowling shoes
Yeah.
around, and
He just hits
the
her in
Scottish
the
guy
head.
just
There's so many like good bits. In
yeah.
this,
There's loads of like off the cuff lines as well that are so
Yeah.
good.
like
Where
when
it's
they're
like she's they like point out that they've been hiding out overnight or like they've been hiding out in this in the bowling alley, and it's like the back door was unlocked.
Yeah.
And it's like she looks at him, and he's like, it's not my job to lock it up. And then he realizes it's the lady that he knocked out,
Yeah.
the cleaning lady.
Do
Yeah.
so you know in the end when the couple get bit that they're playing a video of like a montage of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that was just filmed them having fun on set? Because it has that vibe of like
It is really cute, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon
It's-
so.
It looks really genuine.
yeah.
So yeah, no, I think they probably didn't have. It's not a reach for them to have put that footage together.
Yeah, like with their teenagers, they're like actual teenagers, so they're gonna film everything on their phones anyway.
Yeah.
Just ask them for it because yeah, that the video seemed really genuine.
Yeah, no, it was dead cute, and it was
Yeah.
also that was his film,
It was.
Yeah. That was
because that was
yeah.
the thing. His start was that he wanted to make films, but he just didn't have his voice really, did he? He didn't know what angle to.
Yeah, the teachers said it wasn't genuine enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why the American girl asked him to help her film the stuff for the soup kitchen and that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that American Girl's so good. This film's just nice.
Yeah, she's not been in a great deal else. She really
No.
reminded me of one of the girl that she looks like in Skins
Yeah,
seasons 3 and 4.
yeah, she does.
Really
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Really cute.
This film just looked like it was fun for them to make.
Yeah.
And I like any film that looks like it was fun to make.
Yeah, exactly. If the actors
yeah.
are having fun, then
It's a
it's going to
good
be a
film.
better film. Like, you know.
Good film, and it's a banger, and like,
Yeah.
I highly recommend watching it. It's not that long. It's a good time.
I think it's
It's a
like an
good-
hour and a half. Yeah.
It's a good like Christmas movie if you don't like sickly Christmas movies. If you don't like typical Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
is a
Yeah,
good way to
I
go.
really would recommend it because like the The songs are pretty good.
Yeah, they
Songs are
really
great.
are. Like,
The
Like,
songs are like hit the typical like movie musical notes. There's like they hit them all right. It just happens to be about zombie.
yeah.
So out of 10, Helena, let's start with you because I was worried you wouldn't like this film.
no, I had a lot of fun watching it.
Good because it's fun.
Yeah, no, it's like it's when you think about it. Oh, it's not highbrow. It is B movie. And then I'm like, well, actually, it could have been, and actually, but I'm glad it isn't. I didn't really want a big budget. Set in a really beautiful part of England with everyone being perfect and Hollywood grotty. I like the actual griminess of their shitty secondary school
Yeah.
that looked cold and badly decorated.
The whole film looked
It really
cold.
did.
With the canteen that even the most desperate zombie can't actually get through once
Yeah.
they've shut for the day. Like, you are not getting any snacks.
Yeah.
We had the exact same ones in like our canteen at school. It's really good. I think I'd give it 8 zombie heads rolling down the bowling ball return,
Yeah.
because it was just it was such a brave attempt, like brave thing to do as well. Be like, we're going to do a musical, like that's a lot of work. We're going to do a zombie apocalypse film. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of like
That's a lot
special
of work.
effects and makeup and blood, and we're going to do it like B-movie style in a British school with no budget.
Yeah. And we're gonna take huge swings at emotional beats.
Yeah, it's a coming of age film,
Yeah.
a musical, a Christmas film, and a zombie film, and it
Yeah.
actually does fulfill all of those
Yeah.
things. 'Cause
Delivered.
it could have so
100%.
ignored any of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like the zombies are brilliant. Like the actual effects are actually really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of makeup effects, isn't it? And then the
Yeah.
contact lenses, and it's really good. There was obviously no budget for CGI, so they didn't have a
There-
choice.
There was like cheap blood splatter CGI,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that is 100% expected.
Yeah.
But
They weren't it was all real effect zombies, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
you could
worked
tell
by
all
using
the
the most normal looking, non-Hollywood looking people as well.
Yeah.
Turning into zombies is much more believable.
all
Yeah.
of the like blood and guts and stuff that they used as well was clearly just like, I guess, bits. I don't really know what they used for it, but it looked like just offcuts from somewhere.
Started like makeup stuff.
Yeah.
They had an amazing makeup team. Yeah, and it does the coming of age stuff because they all develop, they all come to conclusions, they all grow.
Yeah.
Some of them die, a lot
Yeah.
of them die, and it's a good zombie film. It's a good Christmas movie because it has that like attempt at the Christmas message.
Yeah.
Like
They're all
it
trying
do-
to get back to their families and
it's all about
coming home for
family.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Again, I'm surprised is Coming Home for Christmas in this because that would have been
No,
great
I
to
don't.
have it
Yeah.
something like that in it.
Buying the rights to that song cost more than this movie did.
Yeah, it would. It would. It probably would. Yeah.
I think I'm going to give this 9 out of 10 zombie Santa jump scares.
Yeah.
Even though only one happens. Yeah, like you say, it has no right hitting the beats. It does. It's just really enjoyable. The songs are fucking great. It's just a fun time. It's a fun movie to watch. There's not much more I can say that you guys haven't already.
I also like, just because we mentioned this previously in like, I think it was Resident Evil,
Mm.
because I don't want to talk about the other zombie film we watched. But in Resident Evil, you have the whole plot zombie thing,
Yep.
where people change at different rates, and they don't do
Yeah.
that. I was sure that the granny was going to be a
Wake
plot
up and
zombie.
be a zombie. Yeah.
One that just sort of changes when convenient for the plot, and they don't go down that easy to go down route.
Yeah, or
None
the
of-
Scottish, or John. Is it John?
I think it's
When
John.
he got bit,
Yeah.
I was at first expecting it to be like, he's been bit. Are they going to try and see how long he can survive?
Yeah,
And
It's
take
no,
it,
he
see if there's
immediately flings himself into the horde.
I'm a big fan that none of the people who get bit turn into zombies. They die off screen. They turn into zombies off
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
There's never like a moment where they're like, "Oh God, but he's a zombie," because every zombie film does that.
And
Where like
there's-
they'll see them later and be like, "Oh God, I can't kill them," even though they're a zombie. You never actually see the main cast be zombies.
Yeah, like
Well,
they don't see each other be
Yeah, they don't
zombies,
see
yeah.
each other, yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. So
that-
what are you going to rate this then?
Like a solid 9.5, almost 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But it's not as good as Kung Fu Hustle, so I can't.
Yeah, you can. It can be on.
As close to 10 out of 10 as you can get. It is such a fun film. It's so good. It takes swings at things it has no right taking swings at. and it has even less right hitting them.
Hmm.
It has feral energy. It's cheaply made. It's got so much heart and charm to it. It is probably the most charming film I've ever watched. It's just, it looks like so much fun,
Yeah.
and it's mad. And the best bit is when the blonde girl, I think it's called Steph. Now I remember
Yeah.
right at the end. As soon as she sees her friend, her first reaction is, "Did you get bit?"
Yeah.
It's incredible. She's so willing to throw them away. Out you go. I love that. I love how the teenage boys act like teenage boys, and the teenage girls act like teenage girls. There's no like,
Yeah, especially the very start. Hi, I know first aid. I'm a first aider.
Yeah.
And she's like leaning over this clearly like zombie, dead corpse that is about to be a zombie, I think. And I'm like, I just remember the first time I got to put someone in the recovery position after I'd been taught it. I was proud as punch. And that is so. Yeah. Oh shit! I've trained for this and that is the only training you've had at that age.
Yeah.
it's the only thing I'm trained to do. So I think as close to 10 out of 10 as you can get, and I recommend everyone watch it at some point because it is just fun.
Yeah, I'm really glad you told me about this because I don't know how I wouldn't have found it otherwise.
No, I think I just scrolled past it on Netflix once and I was like, that looks interesting. And the little bit that it played was the clip where she's like walking through singing while the zombie's happening behind her, and I was like, this looks good.
I think I told you about it as well.
Probably, yeah.
Like every weird film I watch, I tell Dan.
Yeah.
Because one out, but two.
Before we started, now we have the podcast. I'm putting them all in the group chat.
Yeah.
They're all going in the group chat. Pretty weird.
No, I've lost what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
Just that, like obviously it's on. Is it Netflix?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, yeah, because
It's
it's obviously like
swapping
it's such a
back and forth.
like now that we've got sort of the opposite problem that you used to have with Christmas movies of what where like you had to watch the one that was on. It's like you just don't know what ones to watch because there's so many. Like it's absolutely flooded with shit, like straight to video,
straight to streaming,
and it's really difficult to find these. I mean, literally hidden gems.
Yeah.
Really, it's not like they have a marketing budget.
Nope. Anna and the Apocalypse keep swapping between Netflix and Amazon.
Okay, they're just negotiating their whatever deal they can get, maybe.
Yeah, I can't imagine that anyone's fighting for it to be a higher deal. They're like, sure, we'll take it. Sure, we'll take it. Sure, we'll take it. Anyone offers the money, but it's way better than it looks. This film.
It's worth watching, definitely.
I'd be so proud of making such a great film on such a shoestring budget.
If you want to have a good time, like this is for anyone out there. If you want to have a good time, they did a press tour. Because they go when these films go out to festivals, all the actors go with it, and they just kind of have fun. There is recordings of them singing the songs in like theaters to the audience. They're like the main cast, and my god, if you want to see some people just having fun.
Oh, that does sound really cute, actually.
Yeah, that sounds good.
There's also like a full behind the scenes thing on it that I watched. I love this film.
Well, with that, I have been Dan.
I have been Michael.
I've been Helena.
And you can find this podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Hilton Pod. That's at HILTM Pod. We've got Discord as well. All the links will be in the show notes.
Leave us a review for Christmas, if you like.
Review Christmas for us.
Give us a nice Christmas present of a review, please.
We read them all, and it makes us happy.
It does. We won't wait till Christmas Day to read them, we promise.
let us know what like weird Christmas movie, not like the big ones, not the big 4 or 5 Christmas movies. Well, like what weird ones are you like? This is a good film, and I promise it is. I promise it's a good Christmas movie that isn't Die Hard. Shot on sight if you say Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
No, Die Hard is a film set at Christmas. It's not about Christmas.